What's up and welcome guys to One Oak Mentoring, the #1 virtual teen mentoring service, business, company, commodity in the whole universe, right? How y'all guys doing today, man? Today's been a great day. Haven't been seeing y'all in a couple days because I haven't been to work really in a couple days, but this is back to my little vlog thing or whatever. So this is what I did yesterday. I think it was yesterday at work, right? So, you know, as a lot of y'all know, well, a lot of y'all don't know, but I'm a PRN, right? I'm not really a full-time worker, so I don't have like a regular schedule or a set schedule, right? It's like, well, I think I've explained this to y'all, right? But, and I'll like make a whole video about like exactly like why I stay PRN for so long. And, you know, just a little bit more about PRN. But, you know, I signed up for shifts on this app on my phone, right? Tells you what shifts are available and stuff. And, you know, that morning I had got up, I went to the gym, and I was going to, like, request a shift. You know, that was later on in the day, like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. So, you know, basically, before I could even sign up for a shift, I get a call, you know, from work. And, you know, they're asking if I would be able to take a kid to the hospital. And, you know, I was kind of thinking, you know, like that's right up my alley, you know, because I was going to try to come in and do a transport anyway, you know what I mean? But the crazy thing about this transport is that the kid, I'm not sure. I think they wanted to take him to the hospital to get psychologically evaluated because there were like threats of like him trying to harm himself. I think he wanted to like swallow a tack. On the weekend, yeah, it's like a real tack, like those things you put on the wall, you know, like real sharp. Like, you know, you put your, you know, a Michael Jordan post on the wall and push that thing to a tack, yeah, like that, man. I still can't wrap my mind around swallowing a tack, period. You know what I mean? Like if I mean, Lord forbid, if I ever wanted to, you know, if I was depressed and I ever wanted to do anything to myself, like swallowing a tack, man, that's a hard, that's a harsh way to go, man. I don't even want to think about that. So my mind was just like, oh my goodness, right? So basically what they just want to do is just take, you know, the resident, you know, to the hospital, you know, get them psychologically evaluated just to make sure everything's going on, you know, and things like that, right? So, you know, I got to work, you know, looked around a little bit, you know, try to find out who I can get the keys from and stuff like that. So, you know, so I got the keys. And then we go across the street. I pick up the therapist that's going along with me. And so it's me, her, and then we pick him up. Now, just from what I was hearing about, you know, the weekend this resident had about swallowing a tack, you know, I didn't know like where he was going to be mentally, if he was going to be down or sad or, you know, however, you know, but I was hoping for the best. But when he got into the vehicle, you know, and this particular kid is the kid that I was telling you about on the previous video, the one that was kind of like nervous about going, possibly going back to jail or something like that. I don't know if y'all remember that, but you should. So, so yeah, right. So we're gonna take him, you know, on this transport, you know, to make sure that he's good. But yeah, so he gets in the van with us, and you know, like he's in his normal mood, like you know, he's not like sad or anything like that. He's kind of talkative, which that was kind of good. You know, I was kind of glad to see that. You know what I mean? You know, so him and his therapist, they just talking. You know, man, so I'm just at least happy, you know, that he's like, you know, in a good enough mood to talk and things like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, on a lot of these transports, like we don't know exactly where to go if it's a big facility, man. So sometimes it like takes a little driving around once we get there and kind of like, oh, right here, oh no, over here. But, you know, stuff like that. Typical stuff, right? So, you know, basically we get there and, you know, I dropped them off up front, you know, so they can go in, you know, and start getting registered and stuff. And then I went and I parked the van, you know, because I'm just such a excellent driver. That's why I'm always driving, right? So, so I go and park the van, or the bus actually, because, well, we'll get into all that too. So I go and park it, and, you know, I get all my stuff together, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so I go in the front lobby, and I see this lady, like, kind of talking to this, he's dressed kind of like a security guard dude, and he's, like, behind this, like, not really a desk, but I guess what you can call like a podium, but he's sitting down and like the woman's talking to him, you know. So the first thing that popped in my mind is like, you know, maybe everybody that comes in here, we have to talk to this guy or something like that, you know. So, but I was just like, you know, they was having their conversation. I just didn't want to stand in line in vain. You know what I mean? You know, because I don't like standing in lines, especially if I don't have to. So I just proceed, you know, just to go around them. You know, I went into the lobby, and I'm going towards, you know, the therapist and the resident, and I hear a voice said, "Excuse me, can I help you, sir?" And so I kind of looked back, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm with I'm with them. Like, you know, it's like I'm with them." I was gonna say we were at a group home or we had a facility, but I was like, you know, I'm with them, and the guy was like, well, there's only like one, one person that can be with each patient, which that's how a lot of the, you know, medical office and things like that are, like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess because of COVID, there's limited seating and things like that. But I was just kind of like, you know, I mean, like, I don't know, man. It kind of seemed like a club or something. Like, you know, like the dude was slitting, like I don't know, and a lot of y'all probably never been to a club, but you know how you go to a club, man, and it's like, you know, the bouncer dude, you know, he's there, so, you know, you got a welcome line, you got to come up, you know, pay him, you know, and get through, you know. So that's kind of what it was kind of seeming like, you know, I guess people got to come and he got to see who you are or whatever. But anyway, man, but when he told me that, I was just like, okay, cool, because I don't have a problem with that, you know what I mean? Because I just go back inside the bus and just wait for them to get finished. I mean, so, you know, no harm to me, you know. But I mean, that's how a lot of doctors offices are, like, structured and things like that, right? Because and the reason why I went in is just in case, like, if she needed to go to the restroom or something like that, I'll be there with her, so the resident wouldn't be there unattended to, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So I go back to the bus, man, and I just, I go back to the bus and I do the thing that I'm best at doing, man, and that is chilling, right? I know how to chill, right? So, you know, I'm just chilling in the bus, and the bus is kind of like low in gas, man. So, you know, me, you know, being a productive person that I am, you know, I decided, hey, man, let's go get some gas, you know, just to save time. So when they get back in because we was like 20 miles till empty, like, you know. So I just went to QT, man, you know, real laid back day, did that, came back. Now, this is like a span of, I want to say, man, we might have been up there maybe 2.5, maybe 3 hours, something like that. Yeah, that sounds like a long time, but just like you say, man, I don't mind chilling, man. So, you know, hey, that's what I did. I chilled. So, you know, so they got their ducks in a row. You know, so the therapist called, text me, and she was like, you know, hey, they're gonna keep him, and, you know, staff's gonna come up here, and you know, they're gonna relieve you, or they're gonna relieve us, you know, so we can go and blah blah blah. And I was thinking, like, you know, they needed somebody to sit at the hospital with the resident, and, you know, I love, you know, doing stuff like that, like very, you know, quiet, low maintenance, like, you know, few residents, few staff, you know, that's the type of, you know, environment I like. So I didn't mind sitting at the hospital with them, you know, period. But there's one thing that I remember about this particular hospital in this area, because I've been there before. Like, there was like no outlets anywhere. Now you thinking, like, come on, man, there had to be an outlet somewhere. What kind of place like that doesn't have a lot of outlets? I was looking around like, yo, man, there's no outlets. So I asked the therapist, hey, is there are there outlets there? And she's like, I don't see any, you know. And so I'm thinking, like, me sit at the hospital 8 hours, no phone. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not a resident, man. I'm not, you know, locked up or whatever. So I really wasn't for that or whatever. But I thought about it, man. So I considered it. So that kind of shows you, you know, how supportive I am, you know, how much of a help I am, right? So, yeah. So, you know, somebody comes up there and relieves the therapist, and, you know, they're sitting with the resident and many therapists. You know, we ride back, and I don't know, man. That's pretty much it. You know, we rode back, and then we got back to the facility, and then basically that was just it. I'm trying to think, did I walk around, or did I try to relieve anybody when I got back? We got back kind of late, so I mean, really, it you know, by that time I think second shift. You know, I mean, second shift starts at like 3:30 or something like that, and it was like 4 or something. So, you know, people that might have needed a break were like gone, because, you know, second shift normally gets their break like 6 o'clock, something like that. But I don't know, man. That was just you know what happened. I don't know how the resident is doing today because I really didn't work today. I just went and got my check. But tomorrow I'll be doing transports and I'll be at work a lot longer. So I'll kind of like keep y'all guys up on what's going on. Let me see, did I leave anything out? I really didn't leave anything out that was too significant or whatever. But you know, that was just my day yesterday. And that's pretty much it, man. Y'all guys have a great day. And this is One Oak Man, and I am out.